Is it recording or not? Okay, we're recording. Okay, this is lessons about your environment, which is good for anyone to know. Okay, I do this yard for starters. Okay, now I'm gonna try to speed this up so it don't take too long for me to explain everything. Okay. Oh shoot, that's bright. Okay, there's the sky. Most people think that a majority of our air comes from the sky. Well, yes, that probably is true, but a majority of that in the sky probably goes to the trees, because the trees are definitely a lot taller than any person. Okay, now another place oxygen comes from is trees. If I breathe into this tree, it will get my air. But it will give it back to me, and I'll feel a lot better. So will this tree. Smoking, driving cars, and other things mainly destroys the stratosphere. Not so much the trees. It's still bad for the trees, but like, I'm not saying we should cut off all pollution though, because it would make shit a lot harder. In fact, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure AC units lower oxygen a little bit too. Okay, now our best source of water is usually controlled by the city, especially the main source of it and the cleanest of it, and that would be the water. Here would be St. Joseph water. Now, whenever if you want to help by using the water to make your environment better in your yard, it will not only help your yard, it will help other people's yards nearby. Okay, so your trees are the main things you want to water, as well as any small plants. If you do not have any plants in your yard, I would suggest planting a strawberry or a blueberry or a raspberry as the whole thing, unless it's a different fruit or vegetable that you could plant just the seed. But keep in mind that not all vegetables can grow in certain areas. But really, if this place was twice as worse on heat exhaustion, and I'll explain that real quick. Animals, people, we get heat exhausted, especially in the summer when it gets too hot. So do trees, so does the ground. That is another word for heat exhaustion, which is the cause of droughts. Now, I dug at this ground earlier to plant a tree, 3 feet deep probably, and it was completely dry. That means probably the majority of this block is completely dry, 3 feet deep at least. I did not find out how deep it goes to where the soil is good though. Okay, but I watered this today, and if you water it good enough, you'll probably feel what I felt earlier, and that's the breeze coming back. Now, plants cannot breathe from other plants, but since I poured water on them, they shared all the water with all the plants they could reach. But like, all the plants have the respect to blow it back to where it came from. Especially since, honestly, these are probably the tallest trees in town. Now, oh, another thing I can teach you about trees real quick is a big ass tree like that will definitely grow a lot faster, but a baby tree, in about 5 years, you're going to see about 5 feet of growth on any branch. Maybe not in height. So, like, for business owners, one thing I would suggest is if it's like 5 feet away from your place, cut about 3 feet off that branch before it grows into your building and before it becomes a problem. Okay, now to weeds. Weeds breathe in, they do not breathe out. And that is because, I don't know. Let's think of our weeds as like a drug addict. But their drug is air. So they just suck in air, and they suck in air, and they say, fuck everything else, don't give it back. Now, most people know weeds are bad for plants. Most people do not know that weeds will actually take people's air too. Okay, let's see, that covers a lot of stuff, but like, another way I will say that I know H2O water has oxygen in it is because H2O is two hydrogen atoms or cells, I forget, and one oxygen atom or cell. Now, it is not oxygen though until it condensates into the sky or till you drink it. Now, really, if everyone watered their yard at least once a month, that would actually probably increase, like if it was over the whole planet, I guarantee if every person did, I'm pretty sure that would add 100 years onto this planet's life for sure, if it was just the people that are alive right now, for sure. Now, I don't know how long this planet has, but like, who knows really at all. Now I'll give you some more pointers for just like if you don't think anyone will help except you helping yourself. Okay, first off, smoking is one of the worst things you can do, especially if you're not doing other things to help with oxygen. Oh yeah, and also, um, also, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, uh, give me one momento. I'll hum a little doo-dah day till I come up with what I was gonna say. Oh wait, here it is. Okay. Whenever you take a shower, I myself like hot showers, and I never took too many cold showers at all in my life till about like a year or 2 years ago. And I will say, cold showers are very good for you. And I actually just kind of figured out a second ago the scientific way of saying why hot showers do not help you as much. And this is why hot showers do not help you as much. When water heats up, it evaporates. So like, it will be evaporating as it hits you. Now, if it's cold, it will not evaporate. It will soak into your skin. I, however, do not just take a cold shower. I switch between cold, hot, and warm throughout the whole shower. But like, with the cold water, it's good to get your face, especially your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Then another very important part to get is all over your brain, and then all over your spine, because that's where a lot of the nerves are. But I found out recently that it is also good to pour cold water on your front side. And honestly, I knew what I was going to say earlier, but I don't want to say it with my grandma out here. Trees will also breathe in smoke, but it is not good to breathe in any smoke into a tree. But like, honestly, if it was, I would say the only one would probably be marijuana, and that is because it is a flower, and also because tobacco is a flower, but it's a dead flower. Marijuana basically is alive still, for the most part.